At the City of Scottsdale's mayoral candidate forum on June 11th, David Ortega, the current mayor, claimed that he listens to the residents.
And that's the kind of listening skill that we need as mayor. My best listening skills and review of whether it would fit here or not.
Back in 2020, when Ortega was running for mayor, he also said he would listen.
I grew up knowing that when you see something wrong, you speak up about it. I will listen. It shouldn't take referendums and initiatives to get City Hall to listen to you. If this continues, we will continue to have this fractured relationship with City Hall where voters and citizens say they are disrespected.
So, since he took office in January 2021, Ortega has shown time and time again that he doesn't listen to his fellow council members, and he has repeatedly attempted to shut down public comment at City Hall.
Sir, that's not the subject. I mean, you can public comment
Mr. Mayor.
can happen, and we heard it, and we closed
Okay.
that. So you don't need to comment.
Well, I'm talking about budgetary matters. So
Sir, you're talking about last year's action. This is about the
It's germane.
budget.
It's germane.
I'm trying to be very clear about
Yes.
what our subject is.
I made a factual statement, and then you said I was wrong, and I'm just clarifying that I wasn't.
You said every year. We don't. I explained.
No, I
that-
didn't. No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
I
sir.
said this year.
And I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll do a fact check.
I'm allowed
later.
to. I'm allowed to finish my statement.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
But please.
So, in conclusion,
That's the kind of listening skill that we need as mayor. Marilyn Atkinson, please come forward. Focus on the subject that we're dealing with right now.
There has been a push to try to change the name Diet Road.
Marilyn, I'm
And then
just
you
going to
can run
say
it
that
through.
this subject is
And I'm
not
going to
necessarily
finish.
what we're doing here. Excuse us, please. I will repeat. No, I'm asking for that because I don't want a definition. Excuse me, sir. That's enough.
Thank you.
Marilyn, you know what I mean. Thank you. I will listen.
I would like to make
Here
a
to our
comment.
own rules. Yes.
All of us have spoken off topic and it was never stopped. Why is tonight
Thank you,
the
thank
night? No, I'm tired of this nonsense.
No,
it is
it's-
not okay. And you have never enforced this rule before.
Mayor Ortega, with all due respect, you cannot separate road diet from this project. And don't shut me up. And you are silencing people from speaking against it. This is really going to be really bad. And I hope that you guys can get your acts together.
I sort of feel as though the rug's been pulled out from under us.
Thank you. And I will just point out, we do have rules. I will ask the clerk to put them up. We can leave them up. If this continues, we will continue to have this fractured relationship with City Hall where voters and citizens say they are disrespected.
The time here, the time of public comment, is actually for the people and by
Well,
the people.
thank you, and I appreciate if you wish to speak to the agenda item or
I
the
am
validity
speaking to the
of
item, sir.
I'm listening to that portion of it.
Mayor, I am speaking to the item and you're taking my time. You've already disturbed and disrespected your fellow council members, creating this like ceremony, this like song and dance, this let them eat cake speeches one after another is really just unnecessary and it's disrespectful to your constituents.
Thank you, and we will continue. Again, we're trying to keep this flow of the meeting.
Who really is responsible for suppressing public comment on this?
That's the kind of listening skill that we need as mayor.
has a road diet in your experience ever, to your knowledge, ever violated a fire code or impaired the flow of an emergency vehicle?
Again,
Councilman, you're asking something that our staffers are not prepared to testify.
As I asked a question, if staff who has researched road diets, it's very
You know what? I'm trying to clarify this because, again, the wide term of that is not appropriate. And I'm being very specific. You could ask that question.
Thank you.
Staff doesn't have to answer that question.
They don't have to. They don't.
Well, they are not prepared to answer it. That's what I'm telling you right now.
But they're allowed to say we don't know the answer. We'll follow up.
You are trying to box them into a question.
No, sir. No, Mayor.
Yes, you are, because
Mayor.
by asking them, are you prepared or do you
You're
know
casting
of?
aspersions about my intent. You don't know.
That's the kind of listening skill that we need as mayor.
I'm asking professional, dispassionate questions and inquiries about city staff for the body public to know about it.
I think is not the subject of of the scope of tonight's discussion. So
let
I've
me-
got to close with that. If you have other,
I'll wrap it up.
I will listen.
I encourage you to vote no on the Thomas Road project.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much. And I do want to point out that when we yield to your comment, you must stay on point.
So I think some of the residents feel like this kind of relates to the road diet project, and we're saying, no, you can't talk about that. It just feels like we're being a little strict with that rule about what people can and can't talk about.
I'll show you the rule. It's 10.6.
Letting more people speak than fewer.
Voters and citizens say they are disrespected. I don't think I could be more clear. That's not the topic that
But you're
we're
talking about changing the zoning.
point
City
in
attorney, is that,
out of chamber because
am I not allowed to talk about it?
you don't need a
According
second.
to our rules of procedure, I would like a vote to allow Councilwoman Caputi to continue her comments.
That's the kind of listening skill that we need as mayor.
Point of order, so
Please.
I can't respond.
You know,
What are we voting on? The point of order?
point of order is to move forward with to vote on the.
Is to cut off debate.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. I will listen. Okay.
You are
well, I
not
thought
allowed, as the chair, to cut off discussion without a vote of the council.
at this
So
point,
Robert's rules allows for me to make an objection to the procedure, and I choose to do that.
there is one motion on the table, and you have.
Excuse me, you cut me off. I'm not finished.
Okay, continue with your discussion.
So my
because-
hope would be that we could have a more collegial conversation, but it looks to me like that may be very challenging.
I grew up knowing that when you see something wrong, you speak up about it. I will listen. Unauthorized remarks or demonstrations from the audience, such as applause, stamping of feet, whistles, boos, yells, and/or other demonstrations shall not be permitted. Violation of these rules could result in removal from the meeting by security staff.
Scottsdale residents deserve better. It is time to restore freedom of speech in city government. For more information about the upcoming council election on July 30th, sign up at protectscottsdale.com.